प्रकृत्याशून्यचित्तो यः प्रमादाद्भावभावनः निद्रितो बोधित इव क्षीणः संस्मरणो हि सः So, in earlier chapter, aham yatha sukham ase. So, I am all the time happy, never dukhi was told. Here, in this Ch14, 4 stanzas, wherein he shows that why I am sukhi, that he justifies what was told in the earlier chapter is being justified by showing that I have no causes of any ashanti. Sukha Ananda means Shanti itself is Sukha Ananda. Sukha Ananda itself is Shanti. So for Dukkha, for Ashanti, I have no reason. So therefore my Swarupa itself is never lost sight of. So I am, that is, all the time Sukhi is Ananda Rupa only, never Dukhi. That is what is earlier told is being justified now. So, Kshina Sausmaranaha, because that rasa for Vishayas is not there. So generally, what prompts us to take to Vishayas? The values that we have got for the Vishayas. 2 types of values it can be. One value is that value that this object or being, whatever it may be, is capable of giving me joy, happiness, contentment. So therefore I would like to have it, I would like to enjoy it. Other one is, earlier these things have been experienced by us. So therefore some joy, content is there, that taste for those sense objects is there. One takes to some viveka, one can find that what I thought that these objects are capable of giving joy, etc. is not true, because really they don't have such capacity. They are infested with sorrows and limitations and many other side effects. That is convinced, that person gets convinced. But the taste earlier one had got in the indulgence sense object continues. That's called rasa. So here in this case of this person, rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivardate. When the direct cognition of Paramanda Swarupa takes place, thereafter even that taste for sense objects or value for sense objects no longer holds any fascination to the individual. So therefore is Shina Sausmaranaha. So therefore that Vishayanusmarana is not there at all for this person. So, and means his mind is blank as it were with respect to the sense object. But of course at times due to prarabdha, if at all he has to be in that, it is like pramadat bhava bhavanaha, like the one who is nidritaha bodhitaha. A person who was asleep and just woken up is not that alert, etc. So like that he is, that means he may take to Vishayas, but his mind is not engrossed with that, is not involved there. He knows that nothing they can give. Continuing. Kva dhanani kva mitrani kva me vishaya dasyavaha. Kva shastram kva cha vijnanam yada me galita spruha. Me yada spruha galita. Me yada spruha galita and tada me kva. First line me is there, second line me, first line me, two me's are there. First you take the second line me yada spruha galita and tada me kva dhanani kva mitrani kva vishaya dasyavaha kva shastram kva cha vijnanam. Me yada spruha galita. Yada me spruha galita. When my spruha, the hankering for vishayas, vishayecha, desires for sense objects, that is spruha, the trishna, the insatiable trishnas, the thirst for sense object, that spruha. Yada me spruha galita is dropped. How it is dropped now? Not simply because of vairagya. Vairagya was required earlier. Now, besides vairagya, what has happened now? The direct paramanda swarupa has been cognized. My swarupa has been cognized. So therefore, it is totally dropped. Even the trace of rasa is not there. That habitual taste for sense objects also is not there. See, why that? Before the direct paramananda swarupa, that is rasopyasya param drishtva nivartati, that is before giving the direct knowledge that rasa was there and the mind was running after the sense object. But when the paramananda swarupa is discovered, afterward the Ananda that can be gained by Vishayas has no fascination. Just if the dog is fed properly, will it go to the garbage can? No. So likewise, if the one has discovered the limitless Ananda Swarupa, there is no mind, doesn't need any sense objects at all. But now what happens? Our Brahma, Atma, where are they? Where are they? Safe in the books and discourses only. So, that is what is there. Direct, that is aparoksha jnana, sakshatkara, aparokshanubhava, that dispels of all these doubts. So, because that Ananda Swarupa, it's not a lip service to say that Ananda Swarupa, Shanta Swarupa, etc. If direct Anubhava is not there, what use are these words? So for that, of course, readiness of the mind, etc. is required, abhyasa, vairagya, all these are required. So, therefore he says, yada me spruha galita, then he says, tada, then, me means in my case, for me, vadhanani, where are the riches, wealth, vamitrani, where are the friends, so, where are the friends? Kva dhanani. Kva means here, where are they in the sense everywhere kva is there. Where are they? Means I have no interest in any of these. Why have I no interest in any of these? These are nothing to get from these. So therefore, kva dhanani, where are the riches? Physically the riches may be there, may not be there. For example, Yajnavalkya. He had lot of riches, but no interest, that is how it is. Or other person, maybe some other one, who had nothing at all, from the world standpoint, maybe a pauper. So yet, it makes no difference. Kva dhanani, where are the riches? Kva mitrani, where are the friends? Friends for what? You need some prop, no? You see, one should be careful in choosing the friends. Someone said, tell me your company, I will tell you what you are. Tell me your company, I will tell you what you are. That shows. So that polarization always there, no? Depending on one's own values. At times values also changes, then what happens? Friend circle also goes on changing. So therefore, one should be very careful about it. So anyway, but here that is not the case. That is for vyavahara. So here it is mitrani. So mitrani means here, I have nothing to gain from these friends, etc. So otherwise, of course, in normal course, vyavahara, friends, good friends are required. So at times that is useful. So, but here it is not that I have nothing to get from them, nor I am interested in them. Kva mitrani. So, kva vishaya dasyavaha. You can, for better understanding, you can make it vishaya rupaha dasyavaha. Madhyama pada lopa. Vishaya rupaha dasyavaha. You know it, dasyavaha, dasyuhu, choraha, thief. Dasyavaha means choraha. There are these thieves in the form of vishayas. Now see, very nice phrase it is. The sense objects are called as thieves. Why? What do thieves do? They rob you. Now they rob you of what? Whatever garbage can is there, that one? No, whatever precious that you have got, they rob you away. Vishaya, sense objects are the ones which rob you of your wealth. Which wealth? Not bank balance or properties. Paramananda Swarupa. Paramashanta Swarupa. So that is Paramananda Swarupa. Paramashanta Swarupa. So that is what they rob you of. So therefore, now he says, Kva vishaya dasyavaha. Now he says these chores of vishaya objects are not there, thieves in the form of sense objects are not there because sense objects cannot do anything to me. Because they can't hold any fascination to me because I am full plate. I am no more fascinated by them, I am no more attracted by them, I need not bother about them. So therefore, earlier, because of vairagya, the person used to run away from the sense object. After now, whether the presence is there or absence is there, it is immaterial. So vishaya dasyavaha, then at least you should take to shastras, is it not? Kva shastram? Where is the Shastra? Means I am least interested in the Shastra. This is where danger comes, you know. This is where danger comes. Where is the Shastra? So this everyone this wants this only. See, look, Ashtavakra has told. There are many, some philosophers also. They say, Shastra is a bluff, Guru is a cheat. Of course, there are cheat gurus are there, they're different things. But you can't generalize. Guru is a thing, and religion is the hoax. All these they say. But the same fellow says, someone, I want to name it, because this was actually not told. And he was a well-known, is no more, a well-known philosopher. That gurus, etc. condemned. At one place, he said, I am the guru. So there was another funny fellow. He asked him, how do you say, you have condemned the gurus, etc. No, what I meant was, he clarified. Because that guy was in UK for a long time. These missionaries, etc., them I called gurus, they are all deceitful. Because he had no basis in the Shastras, I know. Some Buddhism, this is another hodgepodge was taught to him in the childhood, and something happened. Anyway, so like this, so otherwise, and everything is conditioning. They say Shastra is a conditioning. But the words of this person, the fellow doesn't know that his words themselves are conditioning to the other persons. So like this it happens. Here says, not from that standpoint. Shastram has nothing to do with the Shastra. Why? Because they have already served the purpose. See the person who have already made use of them, he doesn't need them any further. So there is Kwacha Shastram. So now see, if Shastras were to be discarded, and if that were the meaning here, so actually what it means is, I am not interested in the Shastra, and not the Shastras are to be discarded. If Shastras are to be discarded is the meaning of this, come on, let me know that. Let me give you exercise now. Can you prove it is wrong? You have to quote someone who is a higher authority than Ashtavakra. You have to quote an authority, Pramana, which is more powerful than Ashtavakra. Can you? It is, we have come across. It should be very well known, and the one who has said must be unquestionable person. Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Vyavasthitau. Who told you? Lord Krishna. Now come on. Either Ashtavakra is wrong or Lord Krishna is wrong. Lord Krishna can't go wrong. Then Ashtavakra will be wrong. But Ashtavakra has not told in that sense. He has not told to discard the Shastras. I am least interested because I don't need anything, because my purpose is over. So that is how it is. So this is what it is. Otherwise some people in over-enthusiasm just dismiss karma, bhakti, etc. as if to pose themselves a great person without any accomplishment. That's not correct, dangerous. You will be misguiding the people. So, Kwacha Vijnanam. So here Vijnanam means Aham Brahmasmiti Nididhyasanam. Nididhyasana. Repeated contemplation. Vijnanam stands for here contemplation. That means whatever that has been discovered in my Swarupa, repeatedly dwell on that so that the habitual errors can be removed. So that Vijnanam. Kwacha Vijnanam. There is Nididhyasana. Means what? I am not interested in Nididhyasana. That's what we are also, no? Exactly what? Who wants Nididhyasana? Early get up, etc. Come to Mahabaleshwar. Come to Mahabaleshwar. Don't make holiday resort here, okay? My camps are not health resorts or holiday resorts. Okay, that you can, of course, health, etc. you should care for. That is fine. But these are not health resorts. So therefore, who will do early morning getting up, etc.? So who wants to do that? So therefore, not that way. I don't need nididhyasana. Why? What for nididhyasana? Knowledge is there, but still habitual error is depriving me of the direct cognition. So therefore I want to have a practice so that the earlier practice of wandering of the mind is checked and the mind is made to get absorbed in the Swarupa. But for him there is again, he already told that what is that? That Hridayaika Vikshepaika Agra Hridayaha. So the one whose Antakarna is never subject to Vikshepa because it never loses sight of Swarupa. So therefore, Nacha Vidnya, that is, Vacha Vidnyanam, I have no interest in Vidnyanam is Nididhyasana. Again here, if Ashtavakra were to say that Nididhyasana is useless and not to be taken to, you know what will happen? Nididhyasana has to be taken to, who has told? Brahman, Yajnavalkya, Upanishad it is. Not even, you can't say simply Yajnavalkya, it is Upanishad. So, Atma Vare Drashtavyaha, Shrotavyaha, Mantavyaha, Nididhyasitavyaha. So, Nididhyasana has to be taken to. So, and here if Ashtavakra has said, now see, Ashtavakra Samvita, or this is the Smriti. Whereas Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is a Shruti. You know the rule is that if there is clash or difference of opinion between Shruti and Smriti, discard the Smriti, accept the Shruti. So therefore, Ashtavakra will be wrong and Shruti is correct. Therefore, Ashtavakra has not meant that Nididhyasana is required. I don't need Nididhyasana. Just a sick person who was under therapy for a long time, now he is hale and hearty. I don't need therapy. That's all. That doesn't mean that therapy is useless. It is meant for the person who have got disease. So like that, earlier I did need it, now I don't need it. So therefore I am free from that because I never lose sight of my Swarupa. So again, Kvacha Vidnyanam, in that same sense he has earlier told, why should I take to the means of Samadhi? So means of Samadhi here in the Vedantic parlance is Nididhyasana. Ashtanga Yoga may be different as a technique, that is fine. But here it is Nididhyasana. So therefore it is as good as Kvacha Samadhi. Kvacha Vidnyanam means, where is Nididhyasana means, where is Samadhi? Why should I bother about Samadhi? Why? I don't need it. Why Samadhi? So long as my mind is vikshipta because of all adhyastha, I have to take to that. That is not my case. I don't need them at all. The Samadhi is a very confusing thing. So I'm again repeating. You read this commentary on first chapter of this. Panchadashi I have written, 11th also, and much more in detail. The next book is coming. The next book is coming, thrashed thoroughly, so clarity will be there. Otherwise, many things because of wrong notions are going about Samadhi. Know what exactly it is all about. So therefore, so here is a person who doesn't need, he has grown out of them. So, Kvacha Vidnyanam. So now, if care and concern for all these were there, what is there? Ashanti is bound to be there. So, for example, dhana you don't ask at all. You have to pursue or protect dhana means shanti or ashanti. Mitrani, when they need something, they are mitrani. When you need something, they say like this. Of course, no, I'm not, it can't be generalized, it's not necessary, but generally it is found that when the pocket is full of money and the relatives and the parents, etc., etc., are in power and position. All with the friends. Suppose pocket is empty and the father or so one is retired, nobody will say, they will not say even hello also. By the time they see you, they will change this side, because they know you have no money, and if this fellow asks for money, what will happen afterward? So that is how it is. They say they are like frogs in the pond, When the pond is full of water, the frogs are there clustered and croaking. The moment the water dries away, where are the frogs? Vanished. Friends are so. So that is how it is. Of course, but don't generalize, okay? Good friends are there. But generally to make one aware. So mitrani, kvacha mitrani, kvacha vishayadasya, all these are not there at all. Kvachaha. So now vishayadasya, when the person in the state of ignorance has got the value for sense object because it thinks that I will be happy on account of that, he has to earn those vishayas, preserve those vishayas, indulge in vishayas, all nothing but chinta only. Shastram, I think Shastra is one which gives no chinta, is it not? You go to everyone, no two persons will tell the same thing, chinta or achinta. Everyone has got his own way of saying. Chinta, ananta shastram bahuveditavam. There is no end to the shastras at all. So that is how it is. So shastram. So that is conflicting things. That's why Lord Krishna said, Shruti vipratipanna te yada sthasati nischala samadha vachala buddhi tada yogamavapsasi. Shastras have to be analyzed properly. The teaching has to be proper. If the teaching is not proper, what will happen? The person is going to carry wrong notions. So therefore, when you hear so many things from so many shastras, so the endless shastras are there, then your mind gets confused. Now you say, Shruti viprati, because see, if you take karma kanda, what they'll say? Karma alone is the means. If you take to jnana, jnana alone is the means. If you take to bhakti, bhakti alone is the thing. Like this, if you take to Hatha Yoga, etc., Ashtanga Yoga, that alone is the one. So like that, so many things are told, you are not able to come to a definite decision, so confusion is bound to be there. He says, Shruti vipratipanna te yada sthasati nischala samadha vachala buddhi tada yoga bhavati. When your buddhi which is confused with so many things, etc., Nischala sthasati, when it can stay nischala, samadha vachala buddhi, samadhau achala buddhi. That word samadhi there is not this samadhi. That word samadhau there means atmani. Samyak adhiyate asmin buddhyadayaha. The one wherein all this buddhi, etc., the entire jagat is placed, means superimposed. Atma, Brahma is called as samadhi in that the second chapter, the verse from second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Samadha achala buddhi. When your buddhi, free from all these confusions that are told in the, that you come across in the myth by going through all the shastra, is that all confusions are settled and the buddhi is well rooted in the cognition of your swarupa, means mind is absorbed in the swarupa. Tada yogam avapsasi. Then you will get the yoga. Shankaracharya comments this word yoga as samadhi. See, Samadhau achala buddhi, that samadhau means in samadhi. That is not samadhi. That is what? Atma. When your mind gets absorbed in Atma, free from all confusions that you had come across till now, then you will get yoga. And that yoga, what is told in Lord Krishna is, before Arjuna's asking the question, I think 51 or something, 50 or 51, 51st stanza of Bhagavad Gita. Tada, then you will get yoga. And that yoga is not Ashtanga yoga or the Chitta-vritti Nirodha. That is samadhi. What samadhi it is? Absorption of the mind in Swarupa. That's what Shankaracharya gives in the commentary. Therefore, so this Shastra, so if not properly analyzed, if proper teaching is not there, they will make your head swollen and all confusions only. So no, I don't need them because I have reached the goal. Pacha Vijnanam. If Nididhyasana is not there, for a person whose mind is restless in spite of gaining knowledge, so therefore Nididhyasana, Ashanti, in my case it is not there because I have grown from that stage. Further, so means all the causes of Ashanti are not there, therefore I am Shanta Swarupa, therefore Yatha Sukham Aham Ase, that is justified. Vijñāte Sakshi Purushe Paramatmani Cheshvare Nairashe Bandha Mokshe Cha Nachinta Muktaye Mama Sakshi Purushe Paramatmani Cha Ischa Ishware Vijñāte Bandha Mokshe Cha Nairashe and Sati Mama Muktaye Na Chinta Mama Muktaye Na Chinta. When this is known, this direct cognition, sakshatkara, direct knowledge, cognition is there of this. What of what? Sakshi Purushe Paramatmani Cha Ishware Vijñāte. When these are known, Sakshi Purusha. Sakshi Purusha is, actually what is Vijñāte stands for Aham Brahmasmiti Sakshat Kriti. When that I am Brahma, so Sakshatkara means direct cognition, aparokshanubhava is there. What type of Sakshatkara it is? Vijnana it is like this. Sakshi Purushe Paramatmani Cha Ishware. This phrase shows the identity of Tatpada and Tvam-pada. That is called Tattvam Asi. So therefore, Sakshi Purusha. Who is the Tvam-pada or Tatpada? Tvam, individual level, Sakshi of all the Pratyaya. Sarva Pratyaya. Sakshi, simply by committing to memory, nothing. That Purana has to take this with the use of the word, for which earlier effort is required, not in the seat of meditation. There only you can do japa, if you can remember. So earlier, ready mind and unfoldment, appreciation, swarupa, etc. is only like a pole vault. It can help you to what? Just to jump and cross that way. So, that is Sakshi. Sakshi at the individual level, that Tvam-pada, I, that is I level. Whereas the same thing is Paramatmani Cha Ishwari. Ishwara stands for Tatpada. So that Sakshi Atma itself is Paramatma, itself is Ishwara. The Tatpada means, what does it mean? Vijnate, when you know means when you know the identity between these two, that is what Tattvam Asi, when discovered as Aham Brahmasmi. So Vijnate Aham Brahmasmi iti Sakshat Kriti. So when one has directly cognized this identity, now for this identity what is required first? What is I has to be properly understood. Because as it is, Tattvamasi, Tvam stands for who? I. Tat for who? Ishwara. But who doesn't know I? But that I know presently what type of I it is. Samsari I, Jiva I, limited I, etc. That is not what is meant there. That's why they say Tvam Pada Shodhanam. To know what is Tattvamasi, you should first have Tvam Pada Shodhanam. Now this word we translate as ascertainment of Tvam you. But we should know what is ascertain, not by simply argument. Ascertainment. That is absence of expectation with respect to what? Bandha mokshe cha. Cha means api. Even with respect to bandha moksha. Earlier what was the expectation with respect to bandha and moksha? A concern that I want to get rid from bondage, and also concern that when I will be free from this samsara, when I will be free from samsara, it is too much. It is too much. All that, but therefore to desire to get rid of that was that expectation was there. Even that also is not there. Why? Is it sati when the bandha moksha, because you have already got the moksha. There is nothing, no concern for that when the goal is reached. So therefore, mama for me muktaye na chinta. There is no care and concern or chinta for with respect to mukti. So when will I get mukti? How will I get mukti? What am I to do, etc. Such concern or ashanti on account of gaining mukti also is not there. So therefore I am always Shanta Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa. So you may say, this appears to be strange. How is it so? Is it? Such a person can be known by only similar person. No one else can know that person, because external activities etc. will not give you any clue etc. Even though externally one may pose as Mahatmyani, but inside all garbad may be there. Or externally the fellow may appear as a fool, but he may be truly a Jnani. So therefore it is difficult to know from external sign. Antarvikalpa shunyasya bahisvachandacharinah Bharantasyeva dashastastadrisha Bharantasyeva dashastastadrisha eva janate
Antarvikalpa shunyasya bahihi bhrantasya iva swachanda charinaha and jnaninaha dashaha taha taha tadrishaha eva janate. Dashastastastadrishaha. That's a nice thing to tongue twister. Dashaha taha taha tadrishaha eva janate. Of this person, of this jnani, the status, the state, or the stage of life, or the condition in life, only similar person can know. Who is this person? Antarvikalpa shunyasya. Antaha means antakarani, in antakarana. One is vikalpa shunyaha, free from vikalpas. What are vikalpas? What are the meanings of vikalpas? There are many meanings for that. You should see the context and determine what applies. Come on, first one. Or one. One vikalpa, one meaning is bheda. Other dvaita, bheda, dvaita, yes. Doubt. Vikalpa also doubt. Vikalpa option. Any? Vikalpa also means projections. Projecting something. So all these projections. Now here, antarvikalpa shunyasya. One with antakarna has no doubt whatsoever about one's own swarupa. Also it can be antaha vikalpa shunyasya. Bheda is not there because advaya swarupa, abheda rupa, jiva brahma abheda, advaya swarupa brahma has been cognized. So therefore, both meanings can be taken. Also, vikalpa shunyasya, false projections are not there, adhyastha things are not there, direct cognition of swarupa is there. So, antarvikalpa shunyasya means this is his disposition. This clarity of knowledge and abidance of the mind in knowledge of swarupa is there. Whereas bahihi, externally, how is he? Bahihi, bhrantasya iva. Like a bhranta, you know what is bhranta? Like a fool, like a foolish person, or a wanderer. Means what it means is, in his conduct, definiteness is not there. So, definiteness is not there in his conduct. You can't say. And he appears to be strange also, because this fellow claims that he is jnani but doesn't do anything in accordance with the shastras, etc. Or like this, we don't know. It is guided by the prarabdha. Bhrantasya iva, this person is swachanda charinaha. Swachanda charina literally means manmane jane wala. So, the one who moves freely according to one's own whims and fancies is called swachanda charini. The charati should not be taken only movement and walking, etc. Charati, chara means here chari means the one whose conduct is swachanda means you can't say categorically exactly like this he behaves. So it is not simply wandering, etc. Nothing like that. So one whose conduct cannot be told to be definitely like this. You can't gauge that person. So that's what it is. Swachanda charinaha jnaninaha means the external behavior may not give any clue whatsoever to his knowledge. So therefore, for common person, but dashaha means stages of life or period of life or life itself. a state or a condition. Means the condition of this person, or this means the way of conducting oneself in life of such person. That's what dashaha. Taha taha. Taha taha means taha taha dashaha. Those dashas means different states there. Tad pronoun when repeated doesn't mean literally that. It means different. So taha taha means those different means all different types of states in life, conditions in life. So who can know it? Tadrishaha eva janati. Tadrisha means Tadrishaha jnaninaha eva janati. The jnani of that type only can know janati. Janati is jna word ninth conjugation ubhay pada. In here it is in atmanepada third person plural. Jna means they know. Who know? Such similar jnanis only can know that means conditions of life of such person. Others they cannot know at all. So therefore, I have no cause for ashanti. Therefore always shanta swarupa. Therefore, as told in the previous stanzas, previous chapter, aham yatha sukham asi. I am always happy, never subject to dukkha. So this means the teaching is over. What is Atma is told, and student also give that credential. I know it. Actually, Ashtavakra Geeta is not a book of unfoldment. It is a book of only straightaway declarations only. Declares at the highest level. It means the bare statements are made. For example, upadhis is a book of unfoldment. It leads you step by step to make you discover what the Swarupa is, which is not there in the Ashtavakra Geeta. But only what can be at the highest level that is described here, which is not in other books etc. So therefore this book has to be reserved when जब भी वेदांत में बुढ़ा हो जाएगा तभी वेदांत में बुढ़ा हो जाएगा. No, I'm not taking age-wise बुढ़ा. Age-wise बुढ़ा can be वेदांत में बच्चा only. That means we don't know. But Vedanta में बुढ़ा means one who has exposed to Vedanta for a sufficiently long period with thoroughness etc. Then only it is, Vruddhatva, or many types of Vruddhatva. Vayo Vruddhatva and Jnana Vruddhatva. See, they say Vruddhatva is like this. In a Brahmana, who is called as Vruddha? One who has got the knowledge. From the standpoint of studies, etc., one who has learned more and more is called Vruddha, maybe age-wise, young. In Kshatriyas, one has got might and power is called as Vruddha, not age. In Vaishya, who is Vruddha? One has got more money, more bank balance, he is called as Vruddha Vaishya. In Shudra, age-wise Vruddha. Shudra it is, the age is considered for Vruddhatva. Therefore, for Jnaneshwar Maharaj, Vruddha, at age of 22 he left the body. Shankaracharya, Vruddha, though he left the body at 32. Why? Jnana Vruddha. Jnana Vruddha. So therefore that is that. So here Ashtavakra is meant for Buddhas only. Okay. So, which are Vedantic Buddhas. Now, though it was told Atma Jnana was given, teaching was there earlier, and disciple also has produced the certificate, he himself produced the certificate, and of course, which was accepted by Guru. Guru also has accepted, because that is, it is true what is said. Yet, Ashtavakra knows, and he doesn't want to take risk also, because though he has told is correct, we don't know what is inside. So, not to take risk. So again he hammers what is the Atma Jnana. This is the style of Vedanta. That is what in Chandogya also you find Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi 9 times repeated. So, or it can be not simply who Janaka was the student, there may be other students also who have not got the knowledge. So it should be made clear. So that is another thing. The fact is, Atma Jnana is difficult. It is not easy. It is difficult. Therefore, taking into account the difficulty, one should not give any room for chance, and the student should not be deprived of the direct cognition. From that standpoint, again, the Guru is now giving the Tattvopadesha. So that means unfolding what the truth is. Before that means describing or unfolding what the Swarupa is. Who is the eligible person who can take to this knowledge that is being told? Not only eligible, who is eligible to take this knowledge and who is not eligible to take this knowledge. Both things are now told. Means jnanadhikari and also anadhikari. Anyway, certainly in one of the two one will fit, is it not? Either adhikari or anadhikari. So then no problem, no? 50-50. Oh, we should know why a person is not adhikari, and therefore we should strive for to become a adhikari. Adhikari means eligible person. So for that both are told. Like Shastra speak of both dharma and adharma. What for? Avoid adharma, take to dharma. Like that. Who is adhikari? So that you can become. Who is anadhikari? So that you can. That means see that those things are not there in you. You get rid of them. So like that. Yatha tathopadeshena krutartha sattva buddhiman ajivamapi jitnyasu parastatra vimuhyati. Sattva buddhiman yatha tathopadeshena kritarthaha syat. Sattva buddhiman yatha tathopadeshena kritarthaha syat. Paraha, parastatra is that. Paraha ajivamapi jitnyasuhu tatra muhyati. Paraha ajivamapi jitnyasuhu tatra muhyati. Vimuhyati. Now I say sattva buddhiman. Who is the sattva buddhiman? Sattva here is sattvic disposition. The one who is buddhiman. What is buddhiman? Intelligent person. Here it means one who has got sattva buddhi, that's all. Not our buddhiman. Buddhiman means like Dhanavan, Hanuman. No, I am talking of Matu Pratyaya. I brought Hanuman because Hanumat, Dhanamat becomes Dhanavat. See, Dhanavan means what? Rich person. Actually, one who is endowed with Dhana, but one who has got only 10 rupees in the pocket is not called Dhanavan. So one who has got money in abundance, then only Dhanavan. Like that, Buddhiman means highly intelligent person. Otherwise, everyone is Buddhiman only. Is it not? Who has no buddhi? Everyone has got buddhi. Though they are buddhus. So therefore is a, so buddhiman is a, means in abundance. Now here, sattva buddhi. Sattva buddhi is the word. What is sattva buddhi? Buddhi which is predominantly sattvic in nature. One who is endowed with that matu pratyaya is man, means one who has got highly sattvic disposition. And that highly sattvic disposition, by indication upalakshana, it shows that person has got sadhana chatushtaya, sampatti, amanitvadi values with right frame of mind. So that person, sattvic, that means sattvic antakarana means the ready frame of mind one who has got, that person yatha tathopadeshena kritarthaha syat. Yatha tathopadeshena means what? Apatataha, just casually he was told, you are Brahma Swarupa. Whatever. This fellow caught it, because mind is so ready. They say in that Satya Yuga, so Kruta Yuga or Satya Yuga, Brahmopadesha, this Vedantic Upadesha was only through Omkara only. Little Omkara is saying the fellow can get the knowledge, because the mind was so sattvic, so pure. So that was Yatha Tathopadeshana, not elaborate teaching at all, just cursory teaching, just a superficial teaching, enough. So don't think otherwise, no. The best, therefore, first we cater to the best students by taking the highest book, and then you come to Tattva Bodha. That is not the style at all. You see, if the student is the highest, if he has a ready frame of mind, little teaching here and there what is enough for the person. So therefore, so Sattva Buddhiman, predominantly Sattvic person, for them Yatha Tathopadeshana, we can take it as, in Sanskrit as Apatataha api upadeshena. Apatata means superficial upadesha, not in depth at all, just by the by. So what happens, that person Yatha Tatha upadeshena, by such, that means as slight teaching, Krutarthaha syat, becomes an accomplished person, means gets knowledge and gets absorbed, gets the mind absorbed in the Swarupa, means he becomes a jnani. Now the other variety, now this is adhikari. Other variety, paraha. Paraha means here not parabrahma, etc. Anyaha, paraha means here anya, the other person. Other person, ajivamapi jidnyasuhu vimu tatra vimuhyati. This fellow is jidnyasu. Who is jidnyasu? Jnatum Ichuhu, means who has got intense yearning to gain Atma Dhyana, but unfortunately, what is that? Sattva Buddhi means ready mind is not there, and even if this person, Ajivapi Jidnyasu means whole lifelong also, even if this person takes to Shravana, Tatra Vimuhyati, Tatra means Brahma Jnane, Atma Jnane, Atma Sakshatkare, Vimuhyati. Vimuhyati means is not able to gain the, that means proper knowledge. So all along he is Jidnyasu only. Long back we had come across a brahmachari by name Jidnyasu Chaitanya, and he was very proud of his name Jidnyasu. I used to tell him, look, that is very nice name, but don't become Jidnyasu Chaitanya whole lifelong. So means always Jidnyasu but never Jnana, not that way. So therefore it should be, so it is only a means. So therefore one person by just slight teaching gives knowledge because his adhikari ready mind is there. Other person whole lifelong, whichever corner of the city, some Vedantic discourse there on the front line. So yet one happens. No is there. It is a good Shubhecha is there. Good, a good, instead of doing all nonsense, time is spent in a nice manner, but still the ready frame of mind is not there. The goal is not reached. Only to show that Sattva Buddhi is required. So if that is not there, the teaching will not work. Taking for granted teaching is proper. Teaching, other it can be. Sattva buddhi may be there, teaching is not proper, gadbad will happen. So, but here we have taken that teaching is proper. If sattva buddhi is not there, whole lifelong one takes to that. So there is no shortcut method. What shortcut we desire? What Vedantic shortcut we want? Only vairagya should be accepted. only vairagya has to be accepted. Baki sab theek hai. only vairagya has to be accepted. That is the shortcut we want as such. But unfortunately, even Bhagavan comes only what? He will say sorry. You can make Bhagavan say what? Sorry. Because he's a Sarva Shaktiman. Even Sarva Shaktiman, Bhagavan can be made to say sorry, I can't do. So therefore, it's not possible. So that is how it is. Now, what is this bondage and moksha? There is a very beautiful definition he gives from the practical standpoint. Bandha moksha, so many things are told. From practical standpoint, this is bondage, this is moksha. You can pinpoint now. So that means very simple, that means understanding way, and from the practical standpoint, what is bondage, what is moksha is told. See this, you can always remember this. In fact, I had quoted this last year. The context is quoted. It's very important. Moksho vishaya vairasyam bandho vaishayiko rasaha. Etavadeva vijnanam yathechasi tatha kuru. Unfortunately, this definition is not that fascinating for us. That's the other problem. Exactly what we don't want to have, that is told there. Vishaya vairasyam mokshaha vaishayikaha rasaha bandha. That's all. Definitions. This is moksha, this is bondage. What is moksha? Okay, I will come afterwards. Vishaya vairasyam mokshaha vaishayikaha rasaha bandha. Etavadeva vijnanam. Add evam jnatva yathechasi tatha kuru. Evam jnatva yathechasi tatha. So what is bandha? What is moksha? Vishaya vairasya. So vishaya vairasya. What is vishaya vairasyam? Vishayeshu vairasyam. Vishayeshu means for sense object. What is vairasya? Anuragasya abhavaha. Vairasya means anuragasya abhava. Absence of anuraga. What is anuraga? That notion that this will give me happy, this will make me totally happy. So that is what it means. Yet otherwise what is called as disinterestedness in sense object. There is a lot of difference between discarding the sense object and being disinterested in the sense object. You have understood that? A person may discard the sense object but may have interest in it. A person may have the sense object but he is disinterested. When disinterestedness comes, when he knows that it will not serve my purpose, when knows that it will give on the contrary sorrows to me only instead of what I want, afterwards who is interested in that? So what is required? Viveka is very important. So therefore, that is Vishayeshu anuragasya abhavaha. Absence of any interest means disinterestedness in Vishaya itself is moksha. Now you should be careful. Actually, disinterestedness in the sense object by itself cannot be moksha. But why is equated for moksha? If this is there, moksha is guaranteed. Nothing can stop the person from moksha because it is only a matter of little time to inquire and know what the swarupa is. A person who has no interest in the sense object is bound to gain the sattva buddhi. Sattvanta there. And once sattva buddhi is there, what? Yatha tathopadeshena patapans kritarthaha sya. It is just like, dry gunpowder. To blast, how much effort is required? Once matchstick, enough. Patak. Now, damp gunpowder. Okay. Suppose gunpowder is damp, you may waste dozens of matchboxes, not matchsticks. Dozens of matchboxes. What will happen? So what is to be done? Don't get despaired. Sun has risen up. So what? Keep in the sunlight, let it dry. Afterwards, one stick is enough. Is it not? So therefore now, damp variety. Vaishayikaha rasaha bandhaha. Vaishayika rasa means Vishayeshu anuragaha. That is what anuraga. That is that hankering because of that notion that I will be happy because of that. Because in the beginning they give some joy, not that they don't give. So that Vishayeshu anuragaha, Vaishayikaha rasaha, that is bandha. Why? When that hankering for sense object is there, it will give rise to desires. When desires are there, karma. Karma means karma phala. Karma phala means upadhis. Janma, marana. Janma, marana. Otherwise, simply Vaishayika rasa itself cannot be bandha. Means it is sure. And such a mind, one who has got the value for sense object, is it possible to apply that mind to inquiry, etc.? He will take to philosophy, Vedanta also if PhD is involved, because he will get a certificate, afterwards he can get a better job, etc. That different thing, but not moksha. So, he says, if you want to know bandha moksha, only this much can be told, nothing more is required. Etavadeva vijnanam. Only this much is the vijnanam means highest knowledge, utkrishtam jnanam. From the practical standpoint, if you know this much itself is the highest knowledge, vijnanam. So therefore, evam jnatva, knowing this well, that Vishaya vairasya, moksha, Vishaya Vaishayika rasa is bandha, and this is the highest knowledge. Highest knowledge means it leads to highest knowledge, because certainly a person who cares for one's final good will, what will they do? Will get rid of Vaishayika rasa and take to Vishaya Vairasya, and thereby he will immediately, within no time, will gain the knowledge. So therefore, evam jnatva, having known this, yathechasi tatha kuru. The Guru doesn't want to impose anything, full freedom, you do as you like. It is left for you. That much confidence in the intelligence of the Shishya is there. Not that always, hey, don't take to Vaishayika rasa, take to what? Vishaya Vairasya. No. You have your freedom. You decide. Now it is left to you. Like Lord Krishna has said, Yathechasi tatha kuru. Teacher's job is to analyze and place before you, not to force the person as such. So you do as you want. But these are the facts. Yathechasi tatha kuru. So means this is the utkrishta jnana with respect to bandha and moksha. And now you do as you like.
प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् Gita